Hey, what's up, you guys? Jackjackhd here. So today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to set up the mechanics for a gun game mode on Fortnite Creative. Lately, I've been thinking of like what type of tutorials, what type of videos out there that I would be interested in making. I had a handful of requests for a gun game tutorial. Now, this one DM on Instagram got my attention. He says, "Hey, Jackjackhd, I didn't know you had an Instagram." Yeah, by the way, you guys, I have Instagram, Jackjackhd_YT if you guys want to send me messages, or if you use my supporter creator code, you can send me a screenshot. He says, "Can you make a video on how to make a gun game?" That would be insane. Even if there's already a lot of tutorials, yours will be better. Following you from France, have a nice day. So that was from Stellar_Hunter. So what he mentioned was there's a lot of gun game tutorials out there, but what inspired me was he actually said that my video would probably be better. You know, I appreciate the support. Now, gun game has been around on Fortnite Creative for a very long time, and here is a map that I created a while back called Classic Gun Game, and there's a code if you want to try it out. So for this map, I actually had a obstacle course at the pregame lobby, which was never done back then. And I don't think people do that nowadays, to be honest, but it definitely is a cool idea. Now, this is the arena here, and obviously it's just an arena, but currently I have it set to a gun game. Briefly, here are the devices. We got item granters. We have 16 item granters for 16 players. Down here, we got the team settings and inventories, and we got 16 of these. A feature, I have a hood message device, which actually sends messages on people's screens. That is the mechanics for the gun game. Let's go ahead and design a gun game from scratch. All right, so I'm gonna load a island that doesn't have the gun game on it, and I'll actually make it into a gun game. So before we get started, make sure you guys leave a like on this video if you guys enjoy this type of content. Subscribe if you guys are new. Let's get right into it. This map here, it's the map in progress. The map isn't finished yet. We have our death match arena. I call this sci-fi death match, but we're going to be making this map into a gun game. So what you want to do is find the corner of your map. You want to hide these devices. Like, oh, too far. I'm going to have to get creative. What you want to do is just make sure you're away from your map and people that are playing in your game mode can't see your mechanics. All right, first device that we need, go to devices. We're going to select the team settings and inventory. So we're going to need 17 of these. And we're going to place down all 17. There you go. Now, I'll actually separate one of these. It's not really necessary. Just like that. All right, so what we're going to do, we're actually going to go through all the team settings and inventories and set a team for every single one. So one thing to know on Fortnite Creative, the max amount of players that you can have, obviously it's a little bit different now. There is updates, so you can have 50 players, but I think you can only do that if you could publish maps. So most people are going to be restricted to only 16 players, and because there's 16 players and I have it set to free-for-all, every player is their own team. So for example, team 1 will be team 1. So the settings I'll change in the team. For the first team settings inventory, change to team 1. Next one, set it team 2, team 3, so on, all the way up to team 16. There you go, team 1 to team 16. Every device is one player in your game mode, your free-for-all game mode. Now, we got our last team settings and inventory here. We're going to keep this at all. Anything that we do with this option will actually accumulate to every player in your game mode. So next, what we're going to do, go to devices, go to the item granter. Go ahead and just place it. I'm going to enlarge it a little bit. Not really necessary. It's just I want to do this so people can actually see what I'm doing. So in the item granter, go into the settings. Here are the settings that I recommend. A quick granted item, set this to first item. Cycle to next item when received from, set this to channel 1. So with the item granter, we'll actually place weapons, and the amount of weapons that you place in the item granter will be the amount of weapons in your game mode. And once you reach your final weapon, you should have it set so the game ends at the final weapon. Now, if you don't understand, I'll show you. All right, so I made a line, and what I'll actually do is go into my weapons, and I'll select all my weapons for my gun game, and then I'll place it on my platform. So for my gun game, I'll have 24 weapons in order for my game to go 25 eliminations to win. So right now I am counting. Oh, that's pretty cool. We got our primal weapons on Fortnite Creative. 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 23, 24. I need... Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Now you might be wondering why we actually organized our weapons like this. If you want to get into like thinking about the gameplay of your gun game, you might want to try this. Place down your weapons first and you can decide, hey, I want this weapon to be before this one. So obviously you can adjust your weapons. So for my gun game, I'll actually have gold weapons first. And by the time you reach the final weapon, you'll have a common flintlock. You can get creative and design your gun game however you like. So the idea is take your first weapons that you want for your game mode, drop your desired weapons in a row, drop your weapons that you want in your game mode based on what weapons you want to use first. The last item that you have in your inventory, the last item that you place in the item granter, will be the final weapon for your gun game. In my case, it's a common flintlock. There you go. Alright, so the items in the item granter have been selected. I have 24 weapons in my item granter. Next, what we're going to do is go to our standalone team settings and inventory. So anything that I do for this device will actually be for everyone in my game mode. So in this case, what I'll do is go to my weapons and then I'll select the first weapon that everyone spawns with at the start of my game mode. In my case, I want a legendary scar for my first weapon. Drop that. So next, what I'm actually going to do is connect this item granter to our first player in our game mode. So we got our team settings inventory here, which is our first team, our first player in the game mode. And the settings will change is one enemy eliminated by team member transmit on. We'll set this to channel 1. Alright, so what that means is the first player in our game mode, if he gets elimination, it'll actually send a signal from channel 1 to this item granter. What we're going to have to do now is actually duplicate the item granter 15 times to make 16 total item granters. So copy the item granter, make a second one. At the top, there's tabs. Make sure it's set to modified options so we can see all the options that we actually changed for this device. Change cycle to next item when we've seen from, just bump it up by 1. So now I'll set the channel 2, which is essentially our second player, our second team settings and inventory. And that is what it will be connected to. Copy it, make another one, cycle to the next item when received from, set the channel 3, next one, channel 4, so on. Channel 5, and the last one, channel 16. Next, what we got to do is go through our team settings and inventories that we haven't went through yet. Alright, so team settings inventory, number 2 here. Here's a quick tip. Tabs at the top, we're going to be on channels only. One enemy eliminated by team member, we're going to set this to channel 2 for team 2. Team 3, set this to channel 3. One enemy eliminated by team member, transmit on. Same thing for team 4. Easy stuff, rinse and repeat. I think you got the idea. Keep on doing it till you reach 16. Make sure the settings are correct. You mess this up, then someone in your game mode won't actually be able to switch weapons every time they get elimination, and you obviously don't want that to happen. Alright, so all my settings is correct, and that is pretty much it. Here's a little feature if you do want messages on your screen showing people like what's going on in the game mode. We're gonna go to devices. We're gonna go to the hood message device. The hood message device, go into the settings. Time from round start, I'll set this to 1 second. Message, this is all up to you. You can set this to however you like. I'm gonna set it to gun game. I'm gonna copy that hood message device, make a second message. I'm gonna change display time to 3 seconds. And time from round start, I'll set it to 3 seconds. Message, I'll set this to, first to 25 eliminations wins. Like so. Now last thing I'll do, this is an option, I'll actually copy the HUD message device and make a final one. Once someone in your game mode is on the final elimination, once they're on the final weapon, this message will actually show everyone that, hey, by the way, there's someone that's on the final weapon in your game mode, and it's just a little warning letting everyone know that someone's about to win. Okay, oh shoot, getting ahead of myself here. So go to devices, go to tracker. If you haven't used this device yet, it's pretty useful. The tracker, just place it, go into the options. Target value, I have it set to 1 level below the final elimination, which is 25. Target value, I have it set to 24. So when someone's on their 24th elimination on their final weapon, this device will actually send a message to the HUD message device. Show on HUD, turn that to no. Show progress, turn this to off. When complete, transmit on. Set this to a channel that hasn't been used on your map yet. I have it set to channel 50. In the hood message device, here are the options that will change. Message, I'm going to set this to someone's on final weapon. All up to you. Someone is on final weapon. Time from round start, turn that to off. Display time, I'm going to set it to 3 or 4 seconds. Show when receiving from, very important. We're going to set this to channel 50, so it's connected to the tracker. There you go. So what happens is the tracker is enabled once the game starts and everyone has it. It doesn't pop up on the screen. You don't know it's there. But once someone gets 24 eliminations, this will actually send a signal to the hood message device. The hood message device will send a signal to the whole map, everyone that's in your game mode, and then everyone will be notified that someone's on their final weapon. All right, so the final thing that we're going to need to do for our game mode is make sure our game settings are correct for a gun game mode. So go to the My Island. If you have settings already changed in your game mode and you mess around with the settings on My Island, I suggest changing everything back to default, clicking on the restore default for game tab, settings tab, and the UI tab. That is what I recommend unless you know what you're doing. Voice chat, set that to all. Time limit, I'm going to set it to none, but if you want, I suggest setting it to 15 or 20 minutes. That is all up to you. Score the end. Set this to the amount of eliminations that you have for your game mode. For my gun game, I have it set to 25 eliminations till the game ends. So I have 25 weapons in my gun game. Join in progress, you can set this to spawn because this game mode is free for all. If you want people to just join in your game mode while the game is already running, you can have it set to spawn. Elimination score, pretty important. Set this to 1. Every time you get elimination, you actually get 1 score. So the next tab, settings tab, time of day, I set it to 4 p.m. All up to you. You can set this to however you like. Starting shields, all up to you for your gun game. I set it to full shields and full HP, so I have it set to 100 shields. Infinite ammo, set that to on. Infinite resources, turn that to off. You don't want resources for your gun game unless you're making a gun game with builds. Triple, I have believed to watch this. Building can destroy environment, turn that to nope. Environment damage, off. Eliminated players' items, you want this set to keep. When you get eliminated, you want to keep your items. Health granted on elimination, I'll set this to 50. Alright, UI tab. Hood info type, I'm going to set this to scores, so this will actually show a scoreboard on the right side of your screen and show who's in the lead. Scoreboard win condition, I'm going to set this to score. Scoreboard tiebreaker 1, eliminations. Scoreboard tiebreaker 2, damage dealt. Scoreboard tiebreaker 3, eliminated. There you go, you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. You guys can go ahead and test it out for yourself. Let me know down in the comments if it worked. Now, if your map didn't work, if your gun game didn't work, and you tested it out with your friends and your weapons aren't switching, make sure all the settings for the devices are correct. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys leave a like on this video. Subscribe if you guys are new and are interested in watching other content from me. Also, use code Jackjackhd in the item shop if you do want to support me. Greatly appreciated. This map here is not done yet, and when it is completed, I might publish it, I might post it, I might make a separate video on this map. Good luck with your map, you guys. Hopefully you guys have fun making your gun game. I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy, guys. Peace.